the channel for games, guides, and glitches. If you're a developer or publisher, feel free to contact me at the email, and to my regular viewers, please remember to subscribe, it really helps me out.
Sunfall here with the Glitch Showcase. These are all my own discoveries, so let's get to it. So the first one is at the start of the game. You see the robot paste this, and then the monster appears and you have to run away. Well, I got around him, and as you can see, it's of no use. Interestingly, when I jumped, he did that, and I could stand on his head and he couldn't hit me. Pretty funny. But anyway, with this area, you can get hit as much as you want and not die. This actually can come in handy, because if you get lucky while fighting him like I am, and you have to jump as well, because you can't do anything else other than jump, he eventually will hit you out of bounds. Can take a little bit of effort. There we go. And there you go. And now I'm out of bounds. Now, unfortunately, this spot isn't that good. There's not really much you can do with it. Except one thing we can do. And that's fall down. So you can see under the map. And because of the not being able to die, we survived the fall damage. So right here I went ahead and fast forwarded it because I did want to show you, but walking is very slow since we don't have the ability to run, we don't have the ability to jump, we only have the ability to walk. I just still wanted to show you as much as I could. There's a lot out here. So if you want to explore it, feel free. So the second one that I'm showing you, this is at the wolf area. So I showed you this during the glitch run video, but I didn't explore it because I was trying to get through pretty fast. So as you can see here, there's a lot you can actually explore on the roofs and stuff. Interestingly enough, this one doesn't have a ground that I'm aware of. It might take forever to reach, but it also doesn't pull you back. So if you fall off, say we fall off here, we can see under the map, and we'll just keep falling. It doesn't pull us back. I tried waiting a while, but it seemed to go on forever. So I'll reload that level so that I can do it again, and this time I'll show you other stuff. Mainly one thing I want to show you. So we want to jump up on the box and then jump up on the thing here and then this thing here. And then we can go over here. I want to go this way. Some of the walls are hollow at the top, so you'll fall straight through. But it's no biggie. We want to come over here, jump to the left, and we can pat the wolf. Using LT, it makes it look like you're patting them. Give them a scritch. Who's a good boy or girl? Who's a good wolf? You could also grab one of the boxes and bring it up with you, and then you could probably explore the other areas by climbing up higher. I didn't go to those areas. I just wanted to show you a little bit. If you find anything cool, always feel free to share it with me. I will show you one cool thing though. It did take me a while to work out how to do it. So once we get through this area, we can come over here. So you could bring the box over to this area and you could probably get up some way from down there. But anyway, we want to go over here and we're going to go into the elevator section here. So here, and land here. Then you want to crouch and carefully to the side here, and you'll safely land. Then you can follow this corner, crouch again so you can go inside, and this is the bottom of the elevator where the end of the level is. Unfortunately, we can't just jump at it, it doesn't register. So this is the sewer level. As you know, we did the swimming glitch. If you watch the glitch run to get to the exit, but what we didn't do is explore. I'm not going to explore everything because it would take too much time, and there's a better level for exploration, but I will show you some things. So the church in the background there, that's all hollow, and surprisingly it's in a lot of levels with no explanation. I thought maybe it was tied to the person that kept following us, but I'm not sure. As you can see here, there's a lot of debris that is littered in the levels. All the debris you see is hollow. But if you come over here, there's a part of the game we're not supposed to see. And these are all on the level. You just gotta find them. As you can see, there's the placement. I wonder if that's where we sit. Well, it loads temporarily. With this glitch, I will show you that you can even go inside the levels, just in case you didn't run or watch the glitch run. The only thing you can't do while you're in it is go into water or open your camera. If you open your camera, you'll drop down, and if you go into water, it'll obviously stop working. Unless it's water that's also outside the map, then it'll be fine. As you can see, this door's locked, and if we come over here, this door's open. So I want to show you that all doors work while you're in this glitch if they're meant to be opened. So you can even open doors while you're swimming, which is cool. If we go outside, you can see there's actually nowhere for that door to lead to. As you can see, this level's pretty big. There's a lot of stuff littered around that you don't actually get to see, so this gives you the opportunity to see it. The houses are mostly hollow. You get a few ones occasionally that are solid. Those signs up there, they're solid, believe it or not, which I thought was interesting. So right here is the exit of the level. Now normally we don't see that, you go up the stairs and it disappears before you even reach that. So right here is a gate, and interestingly enough the gate is locked and needs a key. Otherwise, if you managed to get to the gate and you didn't have a key, you'd be able to just walk out and see all this. As you can see, there's even the black box that teleports us to the next level. So fun fact about the end of the level here. So when I first discovered this glitch, I was wandering around looking for the key. Fortunately, I couldn't find it, but I decided to just go down into the exit like so. And when I did, I didn't unlock the achievement. You had to go up the stairs like I do in my run. So if you actually do this glitch and go down this way, you'll actually skip the achievement for finishing this level, which is quite interesting. The trigger for it is on the stairs. As you can see here, it loads up to the next level 5. So this is the level with a little bit of a tricky glitch to pull off. So this is the second last level, just before the end level. So we have to fall down here, and you have to make it clear skies. I couldn't seem to do it when it was raining. And then you, as you can see, if you do it correct, I got it first try this time, you can land into the water that's just outside the map, because it's a big giant square. And we can even swim over to the pieces. And as you can see, they're still solid, even in that state. They have to be. But the interesting thing is, just like in the sewer, I was able to find the same area at the back of the level. This is why I think it's a loading point. Store you there while it loads everything. As you can see, that's all the water square there outside the map. And this is under it, in case you wanted to see under it. These trees are hollow, as you can tell. So if we go to the top, we can see what we normally wouldn't be able to. From the bottom, looking up, at the start of this level, you think it looks like a cave, but if you look downwards, you'll be able to see that it's not. So this is the tunnel right here, and from the up view it looks like it's endless, but as you can see from down below, it's a much different story. So I want to show you, because you can't really tell when you're playing the game, and I thought it was the perfect opportunity to show you this. So if you change the weather, you'll actually be able to watch and see the water rise up. And then if we turn it off, it'll be much clearer and you'll actually be able to see it go down. And it's really cool to watch outside the map and see it in action. It's actually a really cool feature. So this is where I fast forward it, just so you don't have to watch me swim forever. But we're going to head over to this area over here to explore some more. And as you can see, a lot of the rocks and stuff are hollow, sorry. I was going to say not solid, and then I decided to say hollow, and invented a new word. So I did try and find the robot, because I know he goes off into this section. I was following him before he left, but I wasn't able to spot him. So I wonder if he just gets taken out and put somewhere else once he gets far enough away from you. Unfortunately, the swimmer's too slow for me to keep a full tab on him. So if we swim to the second area, there's actually something really cool here. It's one of my favorite things that games do, and it's when they place an enemy and they're lying in wait for you to activate the trigger to activate them. So the trigger is obviously the whole way. So I'm not going through the whole way, I'm going around. And as you can see, he's standing there waiting for us, and when he does, he'll start crawling or hobbling. At the moment, he's not injured at all, so he's putting it on. So I'm going to fast forward again because we've got a long swim before we get to the next area. Now we're close to what I really want to show you, which is really cool. So this is the end area. And right here is the gate that we would normally get over. You can see it's locked, but if we follow this route, we'll actually activate the trigger for a checkpoint. As you can see over there is the train tracks. But if we go over here, I'll show you it before we do it. This is an unused area. Obviously it was planned to be used because you've got the whole setup here with the door and there's even an unused item in here. And it's not those things or the blue wire, it's an object that we can pick up that we don't see in the game. But if we go here, this will kill us. And then we can respawn. And we can trigger something really cool. I love finding this kind of stuff. So you want to fall down into the exit, open the door, and look. It's an animation that they plan to use. They plan to have us fight him in this area, and I'll pick up the object we can't use. And I'll throw it at his shadow. It has no mass, as you can see. It's just more or less the wiring and animation. And he eventually disappears in the water, see? He's sort of still there, but it deletes him after a little bit. rock is jutting out there because it wasn't planned to be seen. This would have gone into one of the units, I assume, that it wasn't like finished or anything, so there's nothing to plug it into. As you can see, the garage door is hollow, we can go through that. And this is another door here, so they plan to let us go even more. So I came back, and we can go over that now. I did go over to this side as using the photo, so that way I would be walking again. Triggered, but I figured I'd still show you it because it's cool. I didn't go onto the train tracks and trigger the photo mode, so I was walking on that area. So if you want to try that and you might find something cool. No. Interestingly enough, the train tracks there do have a I assume it's an end zone because it's a black box. Whether or not it's active is another story. As you can see here, this is the train line that we see in the next level, but instead it's all normal. If you get hurt by anything, it will also drop you, so make sure to avoid the fire. As you can see, this is the black box I was talking about. Why I think it's an endpoint. These rocks are solid too, which is interesting. And as you know, these spots here aren't solid, so we can go up and through them. The house kind of thing that is solid is the small little steel huts. As you can see right here, nice and solid. I'll go over and show you the houses over there. It's a pretty interesting thing to explore, but once you are able to do the glitch, you can explore. So as usual, if you find anything, let me know, and we're on to the next one. So this isn't really a glitch, but I wanted to show you the close-up of the robot, because we don't really get one, but during the starting part of the last level, if you're quick enough to open up the camera, as you can see it's still got the dialogue, we can actually check out the robot using the camera. And the robot isn't solid, so we are able to focus our camera onto the intricacies of the details, which actually yielded quite a few surprising things. So, as you can see, he had the number 3 on him, and if I can angle it good, it's a little tricky to get the angle. You can see the bomber that you normally see on the side actually has a female model on the inside that you don't see. On the outside, I think I'll get a better look on the left here because I can't go over to the right too much. You can see the bomber, and then if you have a look here, you can see the woman model that you can't actually see otherwise. Then my favorite one I found, and I know this skull anywhere, that's a Punisher skull. So this is the forest level where you've got to fight the monster and not get hit by the wolves. So there's an interesting thing I want to show you when you do fight him. So I've gone ahead and glitched my way in here so that way I can show you. So we can activate the fight. And then we can run away. And we want to get him as close to the door as possible so we can show you this. So now that he's close to the door, we want to kill him. And if you watch carefully, you'll see him spawn. I thought that was pretty cool, but it gets better. So we know it's him that's there. So I thought to myself, well, what happens if we hit him? He has mass, and that's what happens. And as long as you don't trigger the cutscene, we can have a little bit of fun. We can turn on our camera, and as you can see, he actually follows the camera, which I thought was pretty cool. So I've gone ahead and fast forwarded this just so I can show you behind him and to the sides, because it's something you can easily repeat. And we don't really get that close up a look when he's in this state, so I thought it was pretty cool. So that's cool and all, but what happens, I thought to myself, if we hit him again? Well, this activates the fight. But even if we turn it to not fog, he won't appear. And then if you go into the cutscene, which I did unintentionally, he's seen here attacking us, but he's not actually in the cutscene. He does, however, appear for the fight. But when we get him to the end sequence, instead of him ending up like this, he actually disappears and the fight can't end and the wolves continue attacking you. So I restarted it and basically did the fight again. So once he's done, the wolves take off and we don't know where they go, but I found where they are because I found a glitch for this part that's not useful in a run. It's just useful to have some fun and look around. If we go into the waterfall here, we can then swim out. Now it takes a while to get over the barrier, but you need to actually get over the barrier, because if you don't, it will I don't think it kills you, I think it resets you, but either way it undoes it and you can't do it again. It's sort of a once-off kind of thing, so that's why you got to also take him out, because if you don't, it he'll hit you, you fall down, it's no fun. there's a lot to explore here, and I did do a lot of exploring. I even went as far to the buildings just to show you what they're like. And there's some interesting textures you don't usually see because you can't get there. But the most interesting thing I thought was that we can get to that village or island full of buildings that we're not supposed to, because he takes us away to fight in these woods. And if we turn it to night, you can actually see on the buildings and stuff, it'll actually light up these signs. So we can have it over to the debris. As you know, debris are all hollow, but I still wanted to show you because we don't often see. And this map in particular was so big. So as you can see here, we can go through it, and you can even go through the ground. It's all hollow because you're not supposed to be out this far, so it makes sense not to make it solid. But from here we can head to where I wanted to go originally, and that's to the little town houses, or whatever you want to call them, that we couldn't get to before because the gate is locked. Even if you get the key to the gate, it stays locked. That key does not actually work. So if we head over there, we'll be able to see something else really cool. I was very happy I worked out a way to get to these buildings. As you can see, there's a clothesline, but the most interesting thing is the texture I hadn't seen in the game, and it's these little flower plant pots. And we don't see them in the game at all, but here they are, hidden from us. And this is the clothesline. As you can see, there's socks, shirts, there's windows, which we all know what windows are. And then if we go over this, I can show you that they're all invisible from this side, except for the ones that have mass, but those ones are hollow. I did it again where I went to say they're not solid, and I do apologize for that. Interestingly, and I'm not sure why, some of these actually have trees as well placed on them, maybe to make it look more city. As you can see, because I don't think you could see the trees from the distance, so it's a little bit of added detail that you would normally not be able to see. Even this tree here is only 2D instead of the usual 3D trees, which I thought was interesting. The light fixture, and I'm going to try and not go into it too much because I don't want to blind you, behind it is actually not bright. And it's solid too, you can't go through it. Oh, sorry. That was not intentional. But the most fun thing, I think, is that over here, this is the bridge from the gate that you would cross. And if you somehow manage to make it here, well, I mean, we did, you can see that there's no pathway. There is a house under the map. I do attempt to go to it, but I get reset. As you can see, the door needs a key still. If you get reset in this part of the location, it's fine. You'll still be swimming when you respawn. But I attempt to try and get as close to that house as I can. But it's a bit too far under the respawn point, unfortunately. So right here it pulls me back to where the bin is, which was interesting. That's where it pulled me back to. As you can see here, you can see the signs much better. Interesting thing is over here, you can't really see the sign up close unless you use the camera. So it was pretty cool to actually be able to walk over to it, or swim over in this case, and see the pizza and food. You can even go over to these signs. There's a lot of detail that you would normally not see. Interestingly enough, the gate was locked again, which I thought was surprising. But my favorite thing is, this is why I mentioned where do the wolves go if you keep them alive. And look, they're friendly. So this is our third pair of friendly adult wolves. And we can pretend to pat them with the LT. Patting him should have been a feature. Give him a scritch. He's a good boy. Unfortunately, don't have any sticks or bones to throw him. And as you can see here, we can go over to the farm area over here. There was one thing I wanted to check out just to see what it was. I don't know who decided to put their house on a crack like that. That is not gonna hold, sir. As you can see, even the water towers are solid. And you can see the spawn box there with the black. But over in the distance, and you can tell because it's not fully loaded in, it's the grey box there. I wanted to know what that was, because even from the forest you could see it, but you couldn't load it in. And so I was just like, okay, what random thing is over there? So that's where we're going to make our journey to. So now we finally got close enough and we got to solve the mystery. It was a tree. I'm quite happy to solve the mystery, just for curiosity's sake. It was interesting that randomly a tree was placed over here. Maybe it was going to be used and then it was just thrown over there because they decided they didn't need it. Maybe there's something else that I didn't find that goes with it in this location. You never know. But yeah, just a random, because there's no other boxes that I could see, solid tree. So now we're going to head to the furthest location, which is the buildings here. The buildings are actually solid, I'll tell you that now. I don't explore them too much because I figure that you might want to explore them because this is a huge area and we've already spent a lot of time, but I will show you them by going over there. quite the swim we had, but now we get to see some of this. As you can see, solid. I was quite surprised myself when I found that out. I was like, oh, the buildings in the background are actually solid. Generally, most game devs make them hollow, but this one is solid. The other one is as well. I didn't check them all out, of course. I only checked out the close ones because it's quite a swim. Another fun fact is if you actually press the camera button in this point of the map, like on the first level, you will fall and land on the black void, which is quite interesting, so you could walk around and explore if you didn't want to swim. But of course you won't be up high enough to interact with the buildings or anything like that, so that's why I didn't bother doing that. But I figured I'd still mention it, because it's a solid find. I appreciate you watching this glitch showcase, and I hope you enjoyed what I've found and shown off, and hopefully you guys might find something that I missed, or just see something cool that you want to share. Thank you for watching, and please remember to like and subscribe.